The story of Moses and the 10 Commandments. God commanded Moses to lead the people to a place called Mount Horeb. Then Moses told the people, "Do not go up the mountain or even touch it, for whoever touches it shall die." On the third day, God descended down to the mountain with thunder and lightning and blasts of loud trumpets. Then Moses brought the people to stand at the foot of the mountain. Mount Sinai was wrapped in smoke, and the Lord was descending upon the mountain in fire. The whole earth quaked. Moses went up the mountain and spoke to God, and God answered in thunder. Then Moses came back down the mountain and warned the people to stay away from the mountain, lest God strike them. Then Moses went back up the mountain. There God spoke to Moses and gave Moses 2 stone tablets upon which were written the 10 Commandments. I am the Lord your God, who has brought you out of the land of Egypt. You shall have no other gods before me, and you shall not make any images of false gods or bow down to worship them. You shall not worship anyone but me. The second commandment: you shall not use the name of the Lord in vain. When you utter my name, you will only do so out of respect and reverence. The third commandment: remember the Sabbath day and keep that day holy. You shall do work on all other days, but on the 7th day you shall not work. The fourth commandment: honor your father and mother. The fifth commandment: you shall not kill. The sixth commandment: you shall not commit adultery. The seventh commandment: you shall not steal. The eighth commandment: you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. The ninth commandment: you shall not covet, that is, desire your neighbor's wife. The 10th commandment: you shall not covet, that is, desire your neighbor's goods, his property, his animals, his tools, his servants, or anything else that belongs to him. These are the 10 commandments that God gave Moses on Mount Sinai. After this, Moses remained on Mount Sinai for many days, and God gave Moses other instructions on building a temple to worship God in. God told Moses, "You shall make the Ark of the Covenant, a box of the finest wood covered in pure gold. On top of the ark, make 2 statues of angels, cherubims, with their wings covering the ark. On top of the ark, there was to be a seat of mercy, and inside of the ark God told Moses to place the stone tablets inside of the ark. God gave Moses many other instructions that day, for many days after. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the mountain, the people of Israel became impatient. They saw that Moses was remaining on the mountain for many days, and they went to Aaron, Moses' brother, and said, "Make us a false god, one of the gods from Egypt. We do not know what has happened to Moses up on that mountain." And Aaron replied to them, "Take off your rings of gold, your earrings, your necklaces, your bracelets, and bring them to me." So all the people brought Aaron their gold. Aaron took it and melted it down and fashioned it into a great golden calf, and said, "Here is a false god to worship." Then Aaron built an altar before this false god, this calf, and said, "Let us feast and worship this calf." And all the people participated in this wickedness and sat down to eat, celebrating over their false god. And then they rose up to dance. Up high on the mountain, the Lord saw this blasphemy and said to Moses, "Go down to your people, whom you have brought out of the land of Egypt, for they have turned aside from me and have made for themselves a false god, a golden calf, and are worshipping it and sacrificing to it, and saying, 'This is the God that brought us out of Egypt.'" Then God said to Moses, "I will destroy every single one of them, and I will make a new nation out of you." But Moses pleaded with the Lord and said, "Please, God, please spare the people, even though they are wicked." God heard Moses' prayer for mercy and did not destroy the people. But Moses went down the mountain with the 2 stone tablets in his hand. And as he came down the mountain, he saw the people worshiping the false god, the golden calf, and he became angry and threw the tablets on the ground and shattered them. He took the golden calf, the false god they had made, and burnt it with fire and ground it with powder and scattered it in water and made the people of Israel drink that water. Moses said to Aaron, "What have you done?" Aaron made an excuse. "Do not be angry with me. The people made me do it. They brought me gold. I melted it down, and out came a calf." Moses was angry. He stood up and asked, "Who is on the Lord's side?" And the sons of Levi gathered themselves together and came to him. Then Moses said to the sons of Levi, "Draw your swords and slay every man who has worshipped this false god." Then the sons of Levi drew their swords, and that day slew 3,000 men. Because of this, the tribe of Levi would become the priestly tribe from which the priests of Israel were chosen. The Lord was angry and struck the people with a plague because they had worshipped the golden calf. Not long after this, Moses took 2 more tablets of stone up the mountain again, and once again spoke to God, and inscribed the 10 Commandments on the stones. Then, after he was finished, he took the 2 stone tablets and placed them in the Ark of the Covenant as a sign of God's covenant with his people.